Hello, everybody. Okay, y'all. I'm going to have to move this over a little bit. I'm getting the light right. And I have read so many comments about this rock. And I really like all of them. I mean, and I totally get it. Talking about leaving it the blue and white, but y'all know I love color. I love lots and lots of color. I did this one the other night and I got a lot of comments on it. I think it turned out really cute. Hey Mindy, Denise, Amy. Now, so this is my situation right now. I don't have a secondary phone that I can sit and look at comments. So I'm just gonna have to keep popping my head up every now and then and trying to see some of the comments. And I hope that the light isn't too bad. But I think what I have decided to do here is go with actual flowers. Now, when I painted this stone, I had done this little section of 3, and then when I did the dot, put dots around it, and I never intended for it to look like a flower. But since it does, I really think that I'm just gonna kind of go with it, and we're just gonna make a flower rock. So maybe this will be like a Mother's Day rock, or if you're into giving mom something for Valentine's Day that's not always just, red and hearts and that kind of stuff. So let's see what I can do. Now, I'll kind of tell you the way that I'm thinking as I go, and hope it isn't too, kind of weird for y'all, but I'm thinking that these are flowers, right? And I'm gonna go with pink and purple flowers. And then, of course, the green stem. And stems go into what? The ground. And what else do flowers need? They need the sun and the sky. So we're just gonna kind of go with what all that might mean. I'm doing the yellow in the middle. And I really did like the ideas of the yellow, just the yellow and blue. That was kind of cool. Like I said, I liked all the ideas. Hey Q, Betty and Dawn. Oh my gosh, I can't really see all the comments, y'all, but anybody that's jumping on for a few minutes, I'm not gonna really do a long live tonight. I know some of them can kind of get pretty long, so I'm not really looking to do that tonight. I just wanted to paint on this rock, so I wanted everyone to kind of see it as I go. I'm gonna try, this is the crochet hook set that I use. So we have the sun. The second row is the sky. And, I wipe my tools just on a old dish rag or anything. I think terry cloth works really well. So the ones in between here were a little bit like one size smaller. So I even want to leave the top dots just a smidgen smaller. Okay, now, earth, dirt. This is how things grow, right? So I'm gonna do a brown. I hope this doesn't mess anything up because, a brown. But, I mean, hey, we're going with a little bit of a theme here. So I'm just gonna kind of go for it. And I'm gonna even put another dot on top of this brown to make it even lighter. Let's see, that's not really what I want. I want something a little smaller. You know, I use the crochet hooks and I just go down the sizes as I go. Let's see, I'm jumping up, and Teresa, I can't see all these names upside down, and Mo and Jane. Y'all, it's all so cool that y'all hop on here to watch. Sunday afternoon, I know we all have to get back to our daily grind Monday morning, but that's okay. I had a really good weekend. We had a Plexus Super Saturday, so I got to hang out with some of my friends last night. And then today, I got to see 4 grandchildren. And y'all aren't going to believe this, but when Josh and Cassidy moved out, my son and daughter-in-law, when they moved out, I missed the dog so bad that guess what? I went and got him today and brought him back home. Now, this is from someone who's not necessarily a dog person. But this dog doesn't leave my side when, especially when I'm here by myself. And he's a Mastiff pit, so no one's ever gonna come in the house, or I don't have no fear when this dog is here. Let's just put that. He's not gonna hurt, well, I'm not gonna say he's not gonna hurt a fly, but he's definitely not gonna hurt anybody I know. But as far as strangers coming in unwanted, yeah, he's not gonna have that. So I feel very safe and secure here. Okay, so these were originally made with, wow, popsicle sticks. Oh, these were, I think, erasers. This kind of eraser right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a popsicle stick, and I'm just gonna play around on the side of the, let me move this up a little bit so y'all can see it a little better. When I wanna see what size dot things are making, I usually just do it on the side of the palette. That may be a hair too big, so let me see. This is a, that's too round. So the first one was like a tongue depressor. The second one was a wooden coffee stirrer. This is a nail file, just a regular old emery board. And that's not bad, but that's even smaller. I think, okay, so here goes. I'm doing the smaller, I better wipe it off between each one. Doing the smaller ones on the third. And that one could be a little bit bigger. And I'm not trying to cover up the fact that it's all white. I kind of want that. I just wanted this burst of color in it. And I just kept thinking when they turned out to be looking like flowers, I'm like, well, if I had something happen to where it just turned out to look like something, I should just go with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use the tongue depressor for the other two because I think when I made them originally, whoo, that covers up a lot of white. Let's see if I can do that smaller. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. I'm trying to read a few of the comments. Oh, who found the kits? Oh my gosh. If you go back, I found out a little while ago, just like a few minutes ago, that they were both found and they posted. And I would honestly have to go back and look at the names because I really just barely noticed it on right before coming live. But they're on the post, and they posted it on the post that they found them, and I was so excited. So for y'all that don't know, today I was in Short Pump with all my grandchildren, and we did some rock, oh sorry y'all, I get off the, we did some rock hiding, and it was a lot of fun. They really do like to hide the rocks. And so what I did is when I do classes, the paint classes, I've made up little kits. I'll show you what they look like. Hold on, I'll grab one. So what I did was, this is the little kit. It's a little zebra pack, and it has in it 10 things that I use for dotting, right? So all of this was in there, and then I had a sheet that looks a little bit like this that has on it what each one of the tools, you know, what kind of dot it makes, or seed looking, and then one of these that's just extra for them to practice on. I gave them one molded stone. So one of the packs had a round one and one of them had a heart, and then I also added in a Mexican beach pebble. I love these Mexican beach pebbles because they wash off. You know, you can paint on them, and if you don't like what you painted, you can just wash them off and do it again. And then what else? Oh. I put in there a wound measuring guide. And this is just makes it so super easy to find the center of a stone, right? Okay, so it makes it super easy. And you know, you can get, it's 100, like you buy them in packs of 100. But as a nurse, I mean, I kept thinking, and I was like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect. So, so yeah, I had all of that in a pack. And then I think I had one little painted stone, and of course the Ebenezer poem. And so they said they were really excited to get them. And I was glad to be able to do that. That was a lot of fun to get that together and go out and hide them. You know, I don't make my stones, I don't make them waterproof, right? So I like to post really good hints because I don't want them sitting out in the weather. I mean, I do want them found. So we have some that we, you know, can hide and don't put anything on there. And I taped on the back of it RVA Rocks because I'm not in the same area all the time, so I never really put it on the back of the rock. But I did tape it, so hopefully everybody that found one will post one. Oh, Elizabeth, you were just thinking about it earlier. Okay, so I do want to go ahead and do these. I want to do these center ones with the brown as well, the ones that between these circles. Well, I could do those a little bit harder. Whoops. That's a lot. Should I try to fix that? Hold on, I always keep some water over here. Well, that's the good thing about letting it sit for a while is usually it's not hard to fix. If you don't like something, you did. Okay, I'm gonna let that one dry for a second. I use pointy Q-tips for anything that I do that I want to redo. And I get them from CVS. They come in a round like that. CVS. That's pretty much the only place I've ever found them consistently. That, you know. Because I know we've, a lot of us have been all over at times trying to find them. And of course they sell them at the nail shop, but they're just super expensive there, so. Some of those went off a little bit, but you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it. Because you know what? If they get too perfect, it's not gonna look right. Okay. I do think that I want to do some more green right here. Because what happened there? I must have dragged my arm across this at some point. Because I see lots of little green spouts. I'm pretty good at doing that, so I have to fix that a lot of times. But I have pointy Q-tips. And if y'all know me, I'll probably go back and maybe top dot even a little bit with a pearl paint. Who knows? Let's see here. I really don't know when I did that. I would have to go back and look. And it's not even wanting to come off. Wow. What is going on? Well, Connie, don't make it worse. Am I making it worse, y'all? Might just have to cover that up. I'm gonna redo this dot. Y'all are like, look at this mess she's making of this rock. We told you to leave it alone. We told you to leave it all white, Connie. I know that's what y'all are thinking. But I can't leave well enough alone. Let me see if I can dot that. Cover up. There we go. Okay. I'm good now. Now, I am going to go back with the very smallest, number 1 tool that I have and do a little bit of green in here. See, you're not even going to see it. I have a lighter green that I'm going to top dot on this green. And I can go back now. I'm really sorry if y'all are saying anything. I wish I had my other phone on. So, well, my husband's phone that I use. But I don't have it on right now. So, if, I'll have to go back and look at comments later. But, and to be honest, y'all, I don't even know how good my signal is. I hope that it is good enough that this is coming through okay. Okay, so one more brown one for the earth. Okay, so here we have it. We have sun, sky, earth, and what comes out of that? Flowers. So now I'm going to do purple flowers and pink flowers. So that it's going to be dark, and then I'm going to top dot it with a lighter color. I hear you back there, chap. He's sighing. Don't you love how your dog just takes a big old sigh? Okay. This is a wooden coffee stirrer. I'm just going to play around with this for a minute because I'm not sure. This is a screwdriver. It's a set of 3, and I want to use the biggest one. I'll try and leave this where y'all can see it. Hey, Darla, and Kim, and Debbie. Oh my gosh, 24 people. Okay, so I think this might be okay for some of them, but I don't think it's going to be okay for all of the top dots. Maybe the smallest one. So I'm going to skip one, and then I'm going to do another purple. And maybe I'm just thinking flowers because it's been so warm here. It has just been unbelievable. It was so pretty today in Richmond. It's hard to believe it is in the upper 60s in January in Virginia. It's just crazy. I think we actually beat records. Well, we came close to it. I don't know if we actually beat them or not, but I know we came very close to beating some records. Oh no, look, I'm talking and look what I did. I was supposed to skip these. Okay. Q-tips, where are my Q-tips? Okay, so that one, and that one, let me take this off. You know, one of the things that Leslie, one of my friends from Kansas, taught me was, and I could have done it here, but I didn't. You know, after you do something like this, you can always put a layer of, I use Duraclear, and you can always put a layer of Duraclear on it, and then that way it's a whole lot easier if you need to fix a mistake. Okay, let's see. But typically, you know, these acrylic paints, they're very forgiving, I guess I could say. It's easy. It's really easy to fix mistakes with acrylic paint and pointy Q-tips. If I didn't have pointy Q-tips, I don't know what I would do. What else do y'all use? I'm running my mouth and y'all are seeing me like, wait a minute, she wasn't supposed to do that line. Oh, me. the life of painting rocks, right? Y'all feel my pain. Sometimes if I don't have to do a whole lot with the Q-tip, I'll save them and they'll dry and I'll use them again. Believe it or not, it doesn't really, unless, you know, they have a whole lot on them. Okay, where was I before I messed up so badly? Okay, so I think I just need to do this one. And purple. That has a bigger dot on that side than the other ones did. Okay, now I'm going to go to the pink. Most of the paints that I'm using are Americana, some folk art. I mean, you know, it is pretty much a mix for me. I still use Nicole's. What are we going to do when there's no more Nicole's? Nicole's paints, I think, are thinner than other paints, but I still like them, especially, you know, in certain situations when I'm looking for a thinner paint. But it's, I know a lot of y'all had storms, bad storms. My heart goes out to anybody that had to deal with that. And then I have a friend in Puerto Rico who's dealing with earthquakes. And then I just saw the volcano eruption in the Philippines. I'm like, oh my goodness. This is just so much going on. Okay, now that we're out of the really small one, I'm going to try to use the coffee stirrer. Yeah, this will work. Now, you know, if you go to the bottom of the white, I think I'm gonna just need to keep turning this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make y'all dizzy. If you go to the bottom of the white, it looks even cooler. So I think I'm just gonna kind of be doing that. It would have been cool to start like that all together. Maybe I can go back and fix a few of those. Like I said, if I had thought about it, I would have put Duraclear on this and then it would have been super easy to fix anything that I wanted to fix. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fine though, y'all. I liked it. I'm glad I thought about that. Just going to the very bottom. That looks fine. Can y'all see it? I really hope that when I go back and look at this video that it wasn't all blurry. My signal out here, especially this weekend, has just been horrible. We have a new, what do you call those things? A tower, a cell tower, literally across the street coming up. So I'm hoping when that thing really gets going that my internet gets a lot better. And hopefully I'll do a lot more lives if I thought that the internet was better. Because I paint, I just don't always go live. Okay, flower number 2. Whoop, almost messed up, y'all. I'm not gonna mess up again. Y'all, I had this blue rock painted for so long. Had no clue what I was ever gonna do with it. And so finally the other night, I just started painting white on it. I'm like, I'll just top dot it with something. And I seriously did think about the blue and yellow and the blue and silver. Both of those really would have been very cool. And with all of the comments I got from it, I might just need to go back and do a couple more and do them all, you know, different. But it was neat listening and reading all the comments on what y'all like. It's like, it was really cool to hide rocks today because it's been cold, and I don't know, people don't do it as much, you know, when it gets cold outside. All right, okay. That's some of the pink. Now let's go for the purple. Whoa. Purple seems a little bit thinner. That's okay. It's going to get one more top dot after this. I think I'm going to leave the white. I had my garage door open today, and I'll tell you how warm it was. A fly got in my house. I'm like, of all things, I mean, why did it get warm enough for a fly to get in my house? A fly in my house will drive me crazy, y'all. And I got the fly swatter out, and then I didn't see the fly anymore, so he must have gotten back outside. But of all things. And stink bugs. I don't know if y'all have a problem where you live with stink bugs, or if it's just a country thing or what. But I saw more stink bugs this summer than I have ever seen out here in Virginia in Louisa County. More stink bugs than ever. And I don't know what it is about this log home. I think they really like this log home. But I've seen a couple of stink bugs out in the last few days. I told Ron, there was one in the kitchen, y'all. You should have seen me. I was like, Ron, get over here, get this stink bug. Don't let him spray. Get him and throw him outside. I said, just get him on a paper towel and throw him outside. And because if you kill him, oh my gosh, the smell is unbelievable. So you really don't want to kill him. And you don't want to startle them and make them, I don't know, get off their scent or whatever they do. But he said, yeah, about right now is when we need it to get a cold spell, turn about 15 degrees and kill all of them. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. That's what we need. We need a really good cold snap right now. The one thing I haven't seen, and I'm glad because I don't want to see them yet because I know they would die. But ladybugs, a lot of times out here, we get a lot of ladybugs if it gets like in a warm spell like this. We'll get ladybugs. But I have not seen any. I haven't seen any. Okay. Last purple flower. And the middle of the flowers is going to be a yellow. I asked Aiden, this is my 6-year-old grandson. I asked Aiden, I said, Aiden, what is your favorite color flower? Because I knew I was going to be painting this tonight. And I said, what's your favorite color flower? And he said, red. And I'm like, red? Aiden, red? And I said, Aiden, what flowers do you know that are red? And you know what he said? Roses. I'm like, okay, you're pretty smart. I'll give you that one. You're pretty smart. And then we were talking about Ron is redecorating the bathroom downstairs. Well, he's kind of renovating the bathroom downstairs. And all of the fixtures down there, and the tub and the toilet and the sink and everything is gray. It's the weirdest thing. I've never seen a gray bathroom. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what color do I want to go with this gray bathroom? So I've pretty much decided on teal. I really want gray and teal in there. And so I asked Aiden, I said, yeah, what color should I paint the bathroom? Just to see what he would say. You know what he says? Red. So red must be his favorite color right now. Okay, top dotting the brown with a lighter color brown. I absolutely love top dots. Y'all know that about me. Anybody that's watched me paint, for my new friends, I love top dotting. I like the way the stones feel with the raised paint from top dotting. And I just like the way the layers look. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of top dotting on the blue with a lighter color blue. If I top dot the yellow, it'll be with a sparkle probably. Not a sparkle paint, but a pearl paint. Okay, now I gotta do the yellow. I'm gonna make sure, because it's sad, it was the first color I used, I'm gonna make sure that it is still thin enough to get a good dot out of. Okay, let me see here. What size? Still too big. Here's my orange. Here's the orange one. This looks like a Mother's Day rock to me. What'd you see, chat? What you hear, boy? What you hear, boy? Oh, what you hear, boy? Wait a minute, I'm trying to paint. He is the sweetest dog, y'all. I have to get his tail and his nails clipped, as you can hear, but he is just the sweetest dog. I'm reading a little bit, Mindy. Y'all still get the stink bugs and ladybugs. Oh, yeah, they're still getting in the house. Oh, thanks, Joyce. Oh, Tamara, yes, they are such a gift. Okay, so I'm trying to see what parts of this I'm gonna put some light on here for a second. I'm trying to see if enough of it has... What's the matter, boy? Huh? What's the matter? You hear something? Oh, you hear something? Come here. Come here. What's the matter? He's walking around the house. Walking around the house. He's such a good boy. I'm trying to see if this is dry enough. I know it's having to dry for just a little bit. But I'm gonna do a very light dot of pink on the pink and a very light dot of purple on the purple, and that might even need to be lighter. I don't know that that's going to show up that well. The pink I think is okay, but this purple, I think this purple just might not be purple enough. Can y'all see it? Definitely has color. Okay, this is a really cool green. It's called Lily Pad Green. It's a Nicole's green. And I'm gonna do some top dots with this and see how it turns out. I like it. So, might hide a few rocks in Petersburg. I have to be in Petersburg for work tomorrow, Petersburg, Virginia. So I might try to hide me a few rocks out there when I get off work. And spread the love out there a little bit in Petersburg. Let's see. It's gonna be close. Let's see what it does. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. It's hard to decide if I'm gonna top dot with any pearls. I just love pearl paint. I know not everybody does, but I do love those pearl paints. Bling bling. Okay, so the other thing is I'm going to get this screwdriver back. I'm no art major or anything like that, but I think they might call this creating depth. I don't know. If you have anybody out there that's taken art classes, feel free to let me know. Oh, thanks. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Frank and Carol, Sherry. This is awesome. Got lots of people on tonight. Almost done, y'all. Yep, definitely looks like a birthday rock or a Mother's Day rock, something like that. Okay, now we're gonna take this. All I'm gonna do on these is just a dot. And I'm actually just gonna walk the dots around. Because that way they'll get smaller as I go. Okay. So you see how that turned out? So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Once this dries, the layered effect on this is going to give it a really soothing feel to the stone. When you run your hands over it, you'll feel the little bumps, and it's, I don't know, it just usually it's just a good feeling. I don't know. Y'all help me. Help me describe it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I want to pearl these pinks. I'm gonna do, that is not gonna show up enough. Y'all, I gotta get a lighter purple, hang on. That might even look too much like. Let me see. Oh, I think this will do it. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So I'm gonna go do the same thing on these purple ones. Chap is just over there breathing so heavy. He's a big dog, y'all. People would be saying, "You, a dog?" Yes, I missed him tremendously when he left to go live with Josh. I was like, no, I want my dog back. They're in an apartment, so really, I think I'm just kind of dog sitting until they have a house. But that suits me just fine. They may not get him back then. I'll have to post a picture of him later. Carol, what did you say? Where do you get the perfectly round rocks? Always. Oh, I make them out of molds. They're not, they're cement. Well, this one's been painted green. But I go to the Happy Dotting Company website. You can get them right off of Facebook. But it's the Happy Dotting Company, and they're molds. And I use Anchor cement from Lowe's and make the rocks. I sift with a flour sifter, you know, the old-timey handheld flour sifter. Just to make sure there's not any, you know, rough, like pieces of cement, pebbles, or whatever in there. So I sift it first, and then that's pretty smooth powder. And it's 1 cup powder to a 1/3 cup of water, and that makes 1 stone, this size. Okay, let me see what I can find to put in the center on top of that. Let's see. I have bronze or warm metal. Oh, I want to top dot that brown with one of these. Any ideas, y'all? Thank you, Rhonda. So it's either darker or lighter. I've got to go with darker or lighter. Oh, thanks, y'all. Looks like a spring garden. It feels like spring out here. You Mod Podge a couple of the rocks today, but now I'm going to go back and do more dotting. Sometimes I get in a hurry. Yep, I hear you. Okay, I'm going with warm metal, y'all. I don't want to make the rock dark. So, now, look, y'all. These paints are fabulous. These are paints that you get at Target. The one thing I do not like about these paints is the caps. And because I'll work right out of the cap, but unfortunately, I don't like to leave the paint open. I don't want the paint to dry out. I think I'm gonna have to hold this cap. Whoa. When you work with metallic paints, you have to be patient because they're kind of stringy and you need to wait until that string. If you just bring the dotting tool up really fast, then you're gonna get that string is gonna go all over the place. Whoa, see, there's that string. Chat, come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Boy, I have to trim them nails. Yes, we are. I gotta trim his nails. This is too loud on these wood floors. Okay, now you're bumping my table. The big boy's bumping my table. And I might even, come here, boy. He got on my couch a minute ago and he can't be doing that. Sit down, sit, lay down, lay down, sit, lay down. Oh, good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay, I got him sitting down now. I'm even gonna put a little tiny bit. And I think that just softens that brown. It does look like a spring garden though, y'all. Oh well, one can wish, right? To me, winter is snow. If it is not snowing, I don't even want it to be cold. And I don't want to see snow, but a couple of times. And then I'm done. Now, I would go back and fix that one because it's a little blobby. But with metallic paints, when you start trying to fix stuff with metallic paints, it kind of, you'll get sparkle everywhere. And it's just not the best thing to do. Now, I know we're kind of coming to an end here, but I will show you what I want to do. Martha Stewart, y'all know some of my favorite pearl paints. It's Martha Stewart pearl paints. And I have a yellow and I have a green. Y'all know once I get going with these metallic, this pearl top dotting, it's hard to stop. So I'm just gonna see what it looks like a little bit right here on the green. Just a little dot. Wow, that's gonna be 4 layers of paint. One more dot there, that was a little light. Okay. I know sometimes I kind of hold my hands where it's hard for y'all to see. You know, one of my dreams is to have one of those cameras that I can just keep suspended up here instead of my phone. Maybe one day. Well, and it's like a lot of people have still asked me to do a YouTube channel, but to be honest, y'all, I just don't have. I'm a little technologically challenged, and I just don't want something else I have to keep up with. I like just doing it on my page, and when I feel like going live, I go live, and that way I just save them to the page, and if y'all want to go back and see them later, they're there. And so that's why I just keep them on my page. If you haven't checked out Kristen Uhrig on YouTube, though, you really should. She was the very first person that I ever watched. For those of y'all that don't know who she is, it's Kristen, K-R-I-S-T-I-N. Last name is Uhrig, U-R-H-I-G. Kristen Uhrig. She is fabulous. And so I watch her paint. And then, of course, my personal favorite queen of all daughters is Elsbeth Mclean. And, gosh, it escaped. Look, I didn't even top dot that one. I missed it. She top dots. I mean, she dots with a paintbrush. It's pretty amazing to watch some of her videos. And, she's got a lot of merchandise and things out there too. I think I'm going to leave the white. I say that now, but who knows? This yellow is a really bright yellow. Now, I could use my own yellow and just do it with the, take a pearl paint, the Martha Stewart Mother of Pearl, and just mix it with a little bit of darker yellow, but hey, we're kind of going for it at this point. These are leaving that little tiny tip on it. You know, sometimes when these paints do that, they'll, you know, kind of simmer down and not have that little peak right there at the end. And then other times they keep it, so I don't know. We'll see. Well, it definitely turned into a spring garden, y'all. But I think that is about it. I say that as I jump up to get something else. Look, it's a blue. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit right there. And I'm just gonna throw since everything else has a little bit of pearl to it, why not? I'll turn this over and use the smaller side. Chap, what you doing, boy? His name is Chapter is his full name. My son and daughter-in-law had a cat, and the cat's name was Paige. And so they had the cat first and named the cat Paige. And then when the dog came along, they named him Chapter. And so he's been Chap ever since. I'm going to see if I can raise this up just enough so that you can see his little mug standing here. Chap. Look at that baby boy. He's a sweet boy. He's so sweet. He's my baby. He's my boy. He's a good boy. Okay, y'all. You saw my dog. Oh, my goodness. He's such a big boy. I think this is it, guys. I like it. Turned out nice. Different. Very different. Very different. Okay, well, I think that's it. Let me show you. I was working on another stone. And, oh, thanks, Joyce. I'll show you strange color combination, and I'm not done yet. But that's one that I'm working on. It's a wine, orange, darker blue, and baby blue. Don't know where I'm going with this quite yet. But that's one that I'm working on. And then I had another one I'm working on, and I had made a boo-boo. And I didn't realize it had a boo-boo until it dried. So that one is definitely going to be harder to fix. But I got a boo-boo there and a boo-boo there. So that's another one that I'm working on. But I will get it fixed. So this was our blue stone. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in tonight. I am about ready to sign off here. And I got some work I got to do before I go to bed. So I think I need to go in there and get it done. Okay, y'all. Good night. Oh, Linda asked how long to cure it. Oh, it'll be ready by tomorrow to put a top coat on. But I've got to go out of town tomorrow for a little bit. So it'll probably be a day or two. And then I'll put a coat of Duraclear on it. And if I decide to resin it later, if I have a few that I want to resin, then I'll resin it. But if not, then I'll just put the Duraclear on it. I don't know if y'all saw this off my last live, but I don't, with all my skin issues with my hands, I don't like using anything pretty harsh. And I've been trying to find a way to clean these tools. See how they get the paint on the ends of them? This one, like some of these are pretty bad. Well, I found this, and it is a nail polish remover that has foam on the inside of it. Let me move this down. And so, like, this has paint on it, and all I have to do is just do this for a second or two, and the paint just starts to come right off of it. See? It's actually really cool. So I've been, look at that, just comes right off. I haven't done one of these yet. Look, this is almost, it's hard to even clean that off, to think about how many stones this one set of dotting tools has painted. I don't even know, this might be so deep, hard on here, it won't come off. I don't know. It is coming off. But yeah, I was super excited to figure this one out. I hadn't seen anybody else do this. I wish I had known about this. Oh wow, look, that is. It's really coming clean. Look at that. And this is just acrylic paint, so it's I guess it's acetone that's doing it, but look at that. Well, isn't that something? They do come clean. Wow. Let me try one of these white ones. Look, y'all, and I said I was going to go in there and do some... Oh, look at that. All clean. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. Well, enough of that. Did anybody have any questions about anything else? Okay. Hey, Mary. Y'all go back and watch your replay. You know I'll save it. I'll see you later.